welcome back. The Herd is coming up next right here on FS1. So let's check in with Colin. Hey, Colin, how you doing?
Well, should everybody be freaking out about what's happening to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers? We'll talk about that on a Monday coming up.
Well, after lighting up the Buccaneers in the first half for over 200 yards and 2 scores, Tyreek Hill did his best Shannon Sharp impression yesterday with his sideline trash talk. Check out Tyreek's version as well as our guy Shannon's original version. Then we'll get your thoughts.
Help is on the way. Over top. Help is on the way, guys.
They need emergency help. Please help these folks. They're coming. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the way, I promise you.
I have to say, it never gets old, Shannon.
Well, unfortunately, Skip, I didn't have the day Tyreek had. TD ran the ball. We ran the ball down their throat in 1996. But it was great. I mean, Tyreek in 96, how old was Tyreek, Skip? Maybe 2? If he was that. But it was great to see him pay homage. It was great. He had an unbelievable performance. I thought, and Skip, that's only the second greatest day in Chiefs receiving history. Stephon Page had the NFL record 309 against the Chargers in 1985. I know you don't remember that since broken by Philip Anderson. But thank you, Tyreek.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tyreek is not in your league as a trash talker.
Nah, that's not his
I'm
game.
going to give you an A. I will give him a B- for his effort because he did plagiarize you, right? And then he did not actually improve upon it by taking it to another level.
Yeah, but see, that's really not his game, Skip. I don't think Tyreek is on the field talking trash to guys, getting in guys' face and striking up conversations. But, Skip, after that performance right there, you got to respect that. Now he's leading the league in receiving yards. Skip, that was a monster day. I've never seen anybody accelerate like this kid.
He is now officially the best receiver in pro football, and I don't think it's very close because nobody can run like this man.
I don't know if
and as Andy Reid said afterwards, he's running strong and he's running great routes, and he has not good hands. He's got great hands.
The only guy that I could think that could run like this and catch like this was Bob Hayes. And I know you weren't covering the Cowboys, but you're a Cowboys fan, and you know Bob Hayes could run. There have been guys fast like him, but couldn't catch the ball like him. And I'd like to say, happy birthday, Keith. It's my son's birthday, Skip.
Happy
birthday, Keith.
Happy
Way to go.
birthday. Good stuff today, guys, on Undisputed. We will be back with reaction tomorrow to Eagles, of course, and see if they actually do use Hurts. The Herd is on right
Let's
now.
go walk it to him.
Have a good day, guys.
Undisputed.
It's a Monday. Moving into December.
This is what I don't get. The coaches in New England never got the credit that Arians is receiving blame when Brady was in New England. Belichick never got this kind of credit. Skip Bayless tell me it's 85%. Brady gets the credit.
75.
Okay, 75% he gives the credit. But I guarantee you're giving Arians more than 75% of the blame. Now, I didn't hear anybody talk about how great Charlie Weiss was, or Josh McDaniels, or Bill O'Brien. They got no credit. This was all Tom. But the moment Tom is struggling, it's Bruce Arians, it's Bobby Leverage, it's Bruce Arians, it's Bobby Leverage, it's the defense. So how does this work? We come up with all these stats to try to keep Tom Brady at the top of the food chain. He has more air distance, whether the pass is complete or incomplete, than anybody in the NFL. What is that?
That's Bruce Arians. That's his offense.
He has more.
Wait a second. You correctly predicted he's not going to fit in this offense.
No, I said
no risk it, no biscuit.
No.
So he's trying to be coach's dream. He's trying to do what he always did under Belichick and Josh McDaniels. Tell me what to do, and I will do it.
I want to know one thing. All those people that's criticizing BA, where were they when they come to the defense of Jameis? I didn't hear anybody say, oh, no, you're asking Jameis to do something wrong. That's not Jameis' game. Nobody did that for Jameis Winston.
Wait, are you putting Jameis and Tom Brady in the same sentence?
All I'm saying is that where was the guy? Where were these people that said this offense doesn't suit with Jameis, just throw the ball deep over and over and over again?
Yep.
There was no criticism for Bruce Arians then. All the criticism went to Jameis. Oh, Jameis is terrible. Oh, Jameis is terrible. Now Tom Brady has 11 interceptions. So only second to walking to and win is Bruce Arians' fault. Coaches never got the credit for Tom Brady's success like Bruce Arians is getting the blame for his demise. Now, that demise is an exaggeration, but his bad play over the last 3 to 4 weeks of the season, Skip. We haven't seen, Bruce Arians, We need to stop this, Skip. Tom can play, but the days of Tom outplaying the things that are going on bad around him, those days are over. We never say, oh, they got to run Rojo, and we got to shorten up this, and the defense got to be spectacular. That's not the Tom Brady that I know. Tom Brady could overcome. There's a reason why Tom went to Tampa, because he realized he wasn't the same guy. He'll never say it, but he went because that was a rising tide. You look at Mike Evans, you look at Chris Godwin, you look at Brake. That's a decent offensive line. It's not great, but it's decent.
He had the worst receiving core in football last year, by all accounts. That's just not me. That's everybody said that.
But he should.
You see what Cam did yesterday?
But he's
completed, what was it, 9 passes?
But he's supposed to do
had
more.
A QBR of 7.
So in other words, he's doing less with more. AB, he wanted AB.
Yep, that's on him. I agree.
So
okay. Now, will Bruce Arians and Tom Brady work? I have concluded they will not work long term. He's trying to make it work this year, but I will bet you that sooner than later, Bruce Arians is going to be out. If Tom Brady is going to go forward next year, I believe it will be with a new coach. It could be Josh McDaniels. It could. I know how much you didn't like him as a head coach in Denver because it went down in flames.
Yes.
Am I right?
It went bad.
Okay.
Quick.
But I still say there's a good chance that he will be Tom Brady's offensive coordinator / head coach next year, and they will try to recreate more of the New England concept and New England chemistry in the locker room and Patriot way.
But that was the only reason for my skepticism. I say, are you going to let him do what he did in New England, or are you going to ask him to take shots in the chop to try to throw the ball down the field?
Okay, so back to him walking out of the press conference yesterday. He did answer the question the first time it was asked by Jenna Lane, who does a great job for ESPN covering the team. She asked a very fair question, and he gave a very detailed, fair answer. But as soon as he finished, he's been around, he's done this before, and he knows what was coming. That question he knew was about to detonate just a fusillade of more follow-up questions about, well, wait a second, Tom, how about? He said, I am done with this because it's not going to get them anywhere going into their bye week.
Right.
It'll create hysteria around the team.
It's going to be the talk of the conversation during the bye.
That is correct. So now we have stories saying that sources close to, friends close to Tom Brady say that he's out on Bruce Arians. And it starts with what even you thought was completely out of bounds.
Yeah.
These post-loss scathing critiques of Bruce Arians delivering everything that's wrong with the greatest quarterback who ever played. And again, the method to the madness is it's always don't blame me. I don't know what I can't do any more than practice. He's completing all those balls in practice when I have control, but when he has control in the games, he's just not making the plays, right?
Yep.
It's completely out of bounds. It's so disrespectful. It's so irreverent that if I'm Tom Brady, after the fourth one of those, after the fourth loss, I would have said, okay, that's enough. And I don't know if they had a private conversation about it, but privately, Tom Brady has to be saying, this is not working for me because I'm trying my tail off to do what he wants to do. And yet, you like strategy, you like X's and O's. Let's quickly look at where's Tom Brady. Where is he the squarest peg in the roundest hole right now? Well, let's start out with play action. Tom Brady lived in New England on play action. But how do you establish play action? Well, you have to run it before you throw it, right? You have to make the defense respect, if not fear, your run. Tampa now ranks 28th out of 32 NFL teams in running, okay?
And they got a top 5 rusher.
Okay, yet against the Saints, they tried 5 times and got 8 yards. Against the Rams, they tried 18 times and got 42 yards. Yesterday was 13 for 75. But they're not making anybody respect the run.
But Skip, because they don't stay with it long enough. It's like if Bruce Arians, if they get stopped twice, Bruce says, okay, forget the run. We can't run it today. Just throw it.
Which is why Tom Brady far and away leads the whole National Football League in attempted passes.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Now, let's go to what does Tom Brady do greatest? Well, besides play action, which is obviously you play fake and you get the safety sucking up a little bit to stop the run, it's pre-snap reads. And what's the most effective way to pull off a pre-snap read? You have to send somebody, if not a couple of players, in motion.
Right.
Bruce Arians, for reasons I cannot explain to you, he does not believe in motion, so they barely do any motion.
They do.
It's rare that they do any motion. So you're taking away Tom's his ammo. This is what he was born with. This is his gift. If one of my wideouts go in motion and you run with him, I got man to man, right?
Well, Skip, you know, some people, Peyton early in his career for a long